grid is there's this big distortion where the grid suddenly gets half as big as it was. So it's time to do something about that, and we will. But in the short term, just to make things nice, because this is Casa de Andrew, we're going to make a hole in this wall to let the big blue beef in. Nice arched piece, and let's see. Nice little archway. And I'm going to take a brief break to get a drink, and then I'm going to worry about how I can make a properly pointy roof on top of this thing. Well, after I get rid of this and this, and are you the block I want? No, you're not the block I want either. Where are you? So, eventually there's going to be a somewhat better system for dealing with this. Block picking is clearly not working the way we need it to. Good enough. There's the material I would have liked to have built this out of. Alright, be back very shortly.
once we played in this forest, in the shade of the tall trees, at the dawn of this particular time.
And I'm back.
But many an aeon has passed since, and many a fate has changed. But many an
Mark
aeon
texts
has
me to say,
passed
don't burn
since,
yourself out, but, you know, I'm building
a fate
Andrew Tower. I'm
has
having fun here.
changed.
The main thing that needs to happen here, which probably will not get wrapped up today, is that this mess, where, you know, the grid just seems to distort itself kind of spectacularly on the gap where you know, we go from where we shrink the number of cells between like one ring and the other. I'm turning the music down just for Multizoid. While I'm here, let's finish this because it's cool. Alright, Andrew Tower's coming together finally. So I'm going to bounce out and make it so that I can build a properly peaked roof inside Andrew Tower. And I will be sitting in Visual Studio now. So, actually, I'm kind of feeling the need for something a little more up-tempo because Nest is wonderful, but it's putting me a little bit to sleep for the amount of rest I've had in the last 24 hours.
But many an aeon has passed since, and many a fate has changed. But many an aeon has passed since, and many a fate.
yes, I am drinking from my Warhammer mug. Always the Warhammer mug. That's an interesting philosophy, Ben. I mean, is the problem the percentage of space that's not buildable, or just the amount of buildable space? Because, is the solution to make a larger percentage of the land buildable, or is the solution to make more land?
Thou hast dared to mock me, and to question the power of Melkor, master of the fates of Arda.
We're working in C++.
Therefore, with my eyes, thou shalt see. Kind ears, thou shalt hear. Never shalt thou move from this place until all has been filled. Until its end.
We're not in DC, we're in Northern Virginia. It's totally different. So, anyway, back to the important building bits. What we have here is a building where, fundamentally the problem is that there's not really a concept of, like, the grid morph can't morph the concept of adjacency. And the biggest, where that's coming in is here in the place where we trace through the world and say building sector cells trace ray, which in the end, when it decides that, alright, we can't get from, alright, we've cast a ray from the mouse through the world and hit something, and then what was the last cell that we were in before that? And we do it here, and all we're doing is just, if we were moving right, or, if we were moving in a positive direction and we're in cell 19, we just assume that's cell 18. And in a regular rectangular grid, that works, but that's not what we need to be doing in, in a cylindrical grid where sometimes it wraps around, or things don't line up from one ring to the next because there's a different number of blocks within each ring. So rewriting, I'm going to do a whole lot of code to just rewrite this one simple line. And start by thinking about how to do it. And I'm going to pull up my building morph and start by defining an interface to, alright, what does it mean for a building morph to define adjacency? It's going to be something like so that's going to take a cell as a parameter. And it's a virtual function. But we also want some sort of